Good morning, YouTube. It is March 3rd, I think. Yeah, March 3rd, Tuesday, 2026. Currently, it is 1:35 a.m. We are just here in the bathroom. We have just gotten out of bed. We have brushed our teeth, and we are just taking some of our fat burners along with a Monster, just because I really felt like a monster, and fuck it. So, plan today, this morning, is get cardio done, obviously, and we have a push day to get done. SLU PP332 5 amino 1MQ down the hatch. Cardarine down the hatch. Along with that push session, we will also take you along for whatever else happens in the day. We have got clenbuterol going down. I chill them up in hopes that they'll, I don't know, hit like a fucking train. We then have our we then have our mirabegron, which is something I am prescribed. Mirabegron is a beta-3 agonist. It also stops you peeing a bunch. So mirabegron, look it up. Then albuterol, which helps with the breathing. Asthmatic medication. Then, in this tiny little thing here, we have got yohimbine. So yohimbine is basically a drug that allows your body to release fat from the fat cells so it can then be used for fuel. So about 20 milligrams. As you guys can see, it's just a raw powder. Right, that's all that done. We have also taken our injectable carnitine, our NAD+, our MOTC, our SS31. What else? Samax we have taken. Trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much about it. That's everything that we take in the morning in terms of fat burners. So we've got all that down the hatch. We've got a Monster to go. We're going to just now prepare our pre-workout meal, give all the drugs some time to kick in and things like that before we jump on for cardio. And then we are going to smack that out and do the usual morning routine. So hope you guys enjoyed watching me consume performance enhancing drugs. All right, I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, we are just making up our morning drink to drink while we do our cardio. We've got a scoop of Ghost Hydrate. Chuck that one in there. We're gonna go 2 scoops of creatine in that one. I like to use this Muscle Nation grape flavored one just for added yummy factor in the morning. Because hey, let's face it, I'd rather be drinking something that tastes good while doing cardio than plain ass water. So there we go, 2 scoops of creatine monohydrate. We're gonna add a little bit of taurine to that one, 3 grams. then one of these water drops for extra cola flavor. We take our hydration seriously around here. We also woke up this morning at 102 kilos, which is a 2.5 kilo drop from yesterday. Just goes to show how quickly my body drops weight when I do not consume a shit ton of carbohydrates. Alrighty. We're now going to fill this water bottle up. Now, funny thing is, I'm actually putting hot water in it because my water bottle is full of ice and I need for it to melt to make room for actual water so that I can actually drink something, because unfortunately you can't drink rock hard fucking ice. Alright, I'm gonna try and break some of that up. So yeah, despite the fact that I only slept probably about 3 hours, I feel pretty good this morning. The monster probably has something to do with that. And I am excited for the day because it is push day. We're gonna blow these bad boys up. Oh yeah, look at that. And yeah, it's gonna be a good fucking day, as it always is. And you wanna know why it's always a good day? Because we make it a good day, okay? Your day is solely and purely up to how you perceive it, guys. If you tell yourself you're having a bad day, or you tell yourself you're gonna have a bad day, and you do everything that, you know, a lazy person would do and you mope around, you're gonna have a shit day. If you attack every day with positivity, you attack every day like it's another opportunity to improve, then you're gonna have all the tools required and all the mindset that you need to make sure that your perception of the day is a positive one. So I am now going to cook up the meal that I said I was going to cook up, which is the pre-workout meal, the fish and rice, to give all the drugs that I took a bit more of a chance to get into my system and stuff. And then we're going to do our cardio. So I'll see you on the stair machine. I just thought this was funny. I'll show you what you do when your ice bottle is still too frozen. Come on, you bastard, melt. Anyways, see you on the fucking stair climber. Alrighty, it's still raining outside, so it's been shitty weather here for the past couple of days. But anyways, that's alright. I actually like it when it rains when I do cardio, because the mugginess allows me to get more of a sweat on, and I actually like sweating when I do cardio. I don't know why. I guess I just feel like I'm burning more fat or some bullshit like that. So we always hoodie up when we do our cardio. Okay, thermogenesis is the secret, right? All right, so it's been a good half an hour since we got all our fat burners and stuff in. We've got fluids on deck. This is second time filling this completely up, so considering there was a bunch of ice in it, probably about 1 liter is in already. By the time I drink that, it'll be melted, so that'll be another 1.5 liters, so 2.5 liters. Now, the very important decision of the day while we do cardio is which one of these bad boys do we chuck under the top lip. I am thinking, ooh, it's a tough decision, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I like the idea of this red fruit zin. So let's double park a couple of these bad boys. Yeah, I reckon that'd be the go. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna go 1 red fruit. And I'm going to go 1 citrus cooling. And I think that will be the GO. Yeah, that's the go. 100%. Boom. All right, we'll get a little bit of a swig of our electrolytes here on camera for you all, so you all know that I'm drinking my fluids. I find that also activates the pouches because they get a little bit wet. All right, now it is time to hit the Stairmaster. So I'll see you all on there when I'm stepping my life away. And here we are, guys, doing the necessary. I think too many people get caught up in thinking that life needs to be all fun and games, and that, you know, if you aren't in every second of every moment doing something enjoyable, that you're not doing life correctly. Now, don't get me wrong, there's aspects of doing hard work that are enjoyable, like doing stairs right now, right? It sucks. You know, like, there's no way around it. You know, doing something like cardio is always gonna have an element of fuck this shit, but it isn't the thing that you should be thinking about when you're doing the cardio. What you need to be thinking about is the fact that you are doing something that is causing a delayed gratification. Too many people want what they want, and they want it now. That's why everyone's brain is so fucked up. Try working hard first and then rewarding yourself. I couldn't imagine the feeling of waking up straight out of bed and just eating meal one. Couldn't even imagine it. I need to wake up, do something productive, do something hard, and then enjoy the fruits of my labor. So when you're doing your cardio in the morning, just think how fucking awesome that feeling is going to be when you finally sit down and eat that meal one, knowing that you earned it. Because guys, everything you want in life can be attained, but you have to be willing to work for it. Sure, some people get gifts. Sure, some people inherit great things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But have something in life that you're working towards, and that requires you to put effort in, and requires you to work hard, and requires you to have that delayed gratification. Man is only depressed and upset with himself when he doesn't have a mission. Men were meant to build things, do things, achieve things, have goals. You know, you think the Romans sat there after years of being trained to fight, to kill, just to sit around and be treated like royalty? No. They spent all their younger years fighting, blood, sweat and tears, on a mission to become warriors, so that in the inevitable case of war, they were able to defend their friends, their family, their country. Now, I know it sounds a little hardcore and far-fetched, as we're not in the gladiator era anymore. But my point is, have a fucking mission. Have something that's yours, that no one else can take away from you, and that you're willing to work fucking hard for every single day. And trust me, guys, you will be that much happier. Man cannot improve himself without suffering, for he is the marble and the sculptor. So, with that being said,
Let's finish up this cardio, get the rest of these fluids down, and hit the streets for more steps. Because this is my mission, this is my purpose, this is my passion. And through this, I will achieve salvation of not just myself, but for my future self. Because that person is a different person than I am currently now. And the person I'm currently now is different to the person I was a year ago, and so on and so forth. And this can only be done and achieved, and your old self killed to make way for your new self, is through hard work. And that's what we do. We break ourselves down, we kill our old selves, and we reveal our newest and our best self. Those are my words of wisdom. Let's smash these stairs out and continue on with the rest of the day. Let's fucking get it. Here we are, guys, outside getting those steps in. Still fucking shitty weather. Fuck, I don't know if you can see, but there's like rain and shit happening all around me. Yeah, where did our summer go? So knocking out these steps, and then we're going to get back in the house for meal one, abs, usual routine. And following on from what I was saying before about having a purpose and whatnot, is that purpose can be anything. Like, I don't necessarily mean it has to be like bodybuilding or something like that, which if you're watching this, it probably is, but I mean anything. Like, you could have a project car that you're working on, or a painting that you're working on. You just need something that is greater than yourself to work towards every single day. And that's all that really matters. So, like I said, it doesn't just apply to bodybuilding, which, once again, like I said, if you're watching this, it probably does, but don't also be afraid to have hobbies outside of bodybuilding. Just because, you know, I'm a fucking loser and all I give a shit about is bodybuilding and my clients and building a team of unstoppable motherfuckers, doesn't mean that has to be you. If you want to just lift and look like a fucking unit, but, you know, you also love to race cars or, you know, skateboard or something like that, do that. You know, there's times where I wish that I had more hobbies outside of bodybuilding, but there's also times that I don't, because I love this shit to its core. And if I'm being completely honest with how busy I am now with client work and that, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, my life is consumed by bodybuilding, and that's the way that I love it. I love talking to my clients every day. I love seeing their progress and seeing them achieve their goals, and it's just amazing. And I feel so blessed to have such a team of fucking absolute animals, because right now it's really solid. And after taking on a couple of young blokes yesterday as well, I'm even more fired up. We got Dan and Lucas, who are both young fellas, both 19 years old, and really cool to get the opportunity to get guys like that on board, because, you know, you almost get to start with these fresh canvases, you know, guys that aren't smashed to pieces, guys that health is in a really good spot. So yeah, anyways, just a little bit more of a ramble for you. Let's get out of this rain, let's get these steps done and continue. Welcome back to the house. We have finished our cardio and our steps, and we are getting meal one ready. So then that way, when we finish training abs, we can devour said meal one. Whoop. Dropping fucking rubber bands everywhere. Okay, 4 corn thins, cream of rice time with the drip. Cream of rice that we prepared yesterday, 150 grams of blueberries, 100 cream of rice, 20 grams of cookie dough whey in that one, cinnamon, stevia, cacao powder, and drip of choice. Today this one is a 50-50 mix, 35 grams of the Rise Cosmic Brownie, and 35 grams of the Rise Skippy, which is the peanut butter flavor. So we'll get the drip all broken up and back to a pourable state. And here we go, guys. Ready? Michelin star. Oh, look at that. That is how it's done, guys. Remember, weigh your water and your whey if you want to get the perfect drip every time. Okay, just under the amount of water to weight of whey. So 70 grams of whey, 65 grams of water. And then make sure to refrigerate it, because then it'll go thicker. Giving away all my secrets. Okay. There we go. I don't know if you can see that one, guys, but oh, perfection. Now, pineapple. Which is in our trusty pineapple container. 125 grams. $101, $110, $120, $125, bang on. Look at that. Back in the fridge with this bad boy. Basic bitch, pumpkin pie spice. If you don't use this, guys, you are missing out. It is good stuff. So some on the cream of rice, some on the pineapple. And then cream of rice and pineapple into the freezer to get extra cold while I do abs. Hell yeah. And then we shall apply honey to these and the cream of rice once we have finished our abs. All right, let's smack out abs, get that done, hook into meal one, and then it will be time for a work block, and then hopefully another nap. Oh, all right, guys, we managed to get another couple of hours of sleep, believe it or not, which is wild. Oh, now I gotta wake back up. Fuck. Last night we got fuck all. We only got like 2 hours last night. Was just up dealing with some shit. My bank was being a fuckhead. They locked me out of my account, and I was trying to chat to one of the support members at like fucking midnight. It was just a pain in the dick. Anyways, we have another 14 minutes left in here. We've only been in here for 6 minutes and we're already fucking dying. And then we're going to hit the streets for some steps after we have a shower. And then pre-workout meal, pre-workout routine. You know what it is. Fish and rice, rice cakes, honey. And then it'll be time for the pills and potions. And then we have push today. So, all right, guys, we've sauntered and showered up and we're back out. Getting some steps in this fucking miserable ass shitty weather. So, like I mentioned, push on the cards today. Hoping that we have a ripper session like we did last week. Last week we actually went into the session feeling really fucking like low on energy and just like absolute dog shit. And we still managed to actually PB on all our lifts. So if we could get another day like that, that would be absolutely fucking phenomenal. So I'm going to put my phone away and finish these steps off because the Light sprinkle is just covering the screen with fucking water. And I'll see you all inside for pre-workout meal. All right, pre-workout meal. 500 grams of basa, 60 grams of raw weight rice, 4 corn thins, 150 grams of blueberries, and to that we are going to add honey. So about 100 grams of honey to that, and we will not be putting honey on that, but yes, we'll be dividing honey between these two here. So that is the pre-workout spread. All right, we have got the pre and the intra workout stack right here. So pre-workout, and this one just here, we have some taurine, some creatine, and we have got the scoop of the final form in the Geeks rope and a scoop of the Immortal pump. All right, so that's our pre-workout. Along with our pre-workout, we put in some lion's mane. All right, and we also put in some electrolytes. So along with our pre-workout, we are going to take in a cap of methylene blue, cap of Dopa Drive, and some SLU PP332. Then moving on to the intra-workout of the gods, we have 70 grams, which is 2 serves of the Novo Drive Pineapple Slap. Absolutely intense intra-workout. I love this intra-workout. It sits so well on my guts, and the best part of all, it tastes fucking awesome. So 2 scoops, 50 grams of carbs in that. Along with that, we have 5 grams of creatine, 5 grams of glutamine, 3 grams of taurine. We've got another scoop of the hydrate in that as well. We also have a little bit of sugar-free cordial as well. And lastly, an extra 20 grams of EAAs. So that is the pre and the intra-workout sorted. And along with that, as you know, we're going to go a couple of Zins and also a Monster Energy drink. So push session today, we're going to be flying. Next clip will be me in the car, cracking a cold one on our way to the gym. I will see you there. All right, guys, it is gym time. So tropical XQS pouch ready to go. And we are going to head over to Genesis to train push. And I'm excited. So we've got some carbs in us. We're feeling good. 40 days out, I think. Yeah, about 40 days out. So yeah, let's head over to Genesis, get this push session in, and then take you along for whatever else I decide to take you along for. So see you at the gym. Hey guys. All right, here we are at the gym. Let's put our shit away and hook in. Alrighty guys, push day. So on this push day, we start with a single arm side cable lateral raise. Now, as you see here, we want to actually have our arm about 45 degrees out in front of us in the frontal plane, okay, not directly out to the side when we are doing our side raises. So aim to keep your middle knuckle up high to the sky and pull up and out across your body. So we did both sides here. We actually did 3 sets per side. I only filmed 1 set on each side just because, well, it's kind of redundant. You guys get the idea. So just as long as you're making sure to pull up on that 45-degree angle in the frontal plane, you're going to be good to go. So after that, we moved into our first compound movement for chest. Now, retaining muscle tissue is all about retaining strength. I've managed to maintain this fully loaded flat Nautilus press for the past, entirety of prep for 5 reps. So 2 sets of 5 with 100 kilos per side. That is kind of my baseline on this movement. So I know that if I can start this push session off and maintain that load, then I'm in a good spot. We then moved on to weighted dips. Now, this one here is another one where I managed to match progression from last week. Okay, now last week I actually hit a PB on these, so that means that this week I actually matched last week's PB. So we're not regressing, and at, you know, under 6 weeks out, I will definitely take that. So we did 2 sets here. As you can see there, arms looking nice and veiny. So the first set was a set of 11, I believe, and the second set was a set of 10. I've got a 36 kilo kettlebell hanging from that belt, by the way. And yeah, easy work. We then moved on to this Nautilus cable fly. I've talked about this cable fly before too, and it's amazing for being able to set up, because you can set the arms up in so many different directions. You know, you can obviously set them up up high, and then it also has the ability to rotate them in and out as well. So you can really sort of pick what type of resistance profile that you want on the pec fly. So for this one here, because obviously the cable is at 90 degrees to my upper arm at the top of the movement, it means the tension is peak at around the stretch / midpoint, and it kind of backs off a touch in the shortened range, which is what we want for a good pec fly. So finished off with a couple of partials, then went into the second set here. Chest looking nice and striated and crispy. I would hope so, for being 40 days out. So really leaning into these and making sure that we get our elbows as close to each other as possible, reaching out far in front of us, and not just thinking hands together, but like I said, thinking elbows together. And that's how you get the best pec contraction. And after 2 sets of this, that was the conclusion of the pec work in this session, and we moved on to a lying cable side raise, which is done on the same apparatus. Obviously, we just moved the handles down and in. 2 sets on this one here. I really love the way that this feels for side delts. For starters, you get to lay down, which means that you get to take one more thing out of the equation that you need to worry about, which is obviously the energy required to stand there. I know it sounds novel, but it's, you know, still definitely, you know, a part of the game. And yeah, we did a set of 10 and then 9. Lastly, we finished off our triceps with the overhead cable rope extension. Now, I absolutely love the way that these feel. This is probably my favorite tricep movement at the moment. We only do 1 tricep isolation on each of our push and upper days as well, because after we've done all of our pressing and our dips and things like that, the triceps don't really need a whole lot extra to finish them off, so to speak. So 3 sets on the overhead cable tricep extension here, and after 3 sets, my triceps were definitely blown up. So it goes to show, guys, quality over quantity. You don't need to just do random amounts of sets in your workout sessions. What you need to do is you need to make sure that they're accurate, make sure that you're feeling the muscle in the movement, and make sure that over time you're progressing load. Then to finish off the entire workout, we did 1 all-out triple rest pause set on the dumbbell side raise. So we basically just went to failure, rested a little bit, went to failure, rested a little bit, went to failure. So back looking nice and lean here, looking jacked. And you'll see here in a moment that I sort of take it to the point of fatigue, and then I rest just a little bit by letting my arms just hang by my side and sort of catch my breath, and then I just go again. There we go, repping it out. Last couple before I sort of have a bit of a rest. Okay, a few deep breaths. And then we went again. I think we got like another 4, 5, 6 reps. Rest again. Last one, finish them off. And boom. And here is pics of the current physique. Thank you guys for watching the push session. I will now return to live view. All right, guys. Just finishing up 10 minutes of cardio. Like we always do. I always like to wind down, chill, listen to a bit of music, and just reflect on the session after I train. So 10 minutes of cardio is a great way to just wind down, get my breathing right again, get my central nervous system calmed down again, and also burn a few extra calories. Why not? So as I always say, let's finish strong. I'll see you all in the car for a debrief. All right, guys, debrief. We're now back in the car after a successful push day. We fucking smashed it, feel amazing. I always like going in and feeling strong and hitting PBs. This close to comp, which we did today, everything was strong. We either matched or progressed. And when it comes to retaining muscle tissue, the number one thing that you can make sure you're doing to retain your size is retain your performance in the gym. No amount of drugs or fucking peptides or fucking XYZ fucking agonist blah 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 is going to replace smart programming, recovery, and ensuring that your sessions are of high quality. So with that being said, we fucking smashed push in the car now. Let's head home for post-workout meal. Let's go, fam. The post-workout meal. So I've got a plate here. You guys already know what the post-workout meal is, but I'll take you through it again and again and again and again. 4 corn thins. Okay, put those aside. Accompanying that will be honey as normal. We now go our cream of rice and pineapple. So cream of rice we made this morning, along with our super thick whey drip. This one here is the white choc hazelnut, and we have literally made this like fucking churned butter. It's literally just solid right now. So anyways, 100 grams cream of rice, 150 grams blueberries, 20 grams of whey mixed into this one. There's cookie dough whey mixed into that. Cacao powder and some more stevia, along with a decaf coffee powder. Now we will add on our super fucking thick churned fucking butter drip. You can't even call it a drip at this point, let's be honest. It's more of a icing. So let's get that on there. Come on, you bastard. God, it's a bit of work when it's fucking thick like fucking glue. Come on. All right, cool, done. Into this bowl here, 125 pineapple. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like literal just fucking thick. So we'll spread that out anyways, so it won't really matter. Spread it around like icing on top of a cake. There we go, done. All right, 125 pineapple. Alrighty. $118, close the fuck enough. Alright, back in the fridge with that one. Alright, so we've got our post-workout meal all sorted. Pineapple, cream of rice, corn thins, and we're going to do 100 grams of honey along with that. And yeah, what you will see next is likely me doing a work block, then I'll show you meal 4, and then I'll probably just wrap the day up there. So thanks guys for following along my push session and my morning, and yeah, I'll see you in the next clip, which like I said, I'll probably just be cooking up some food or doing a client call or something like that. So see you in the next clip. All right, guys, it has been a wild afternoon. We ate our post-workout meal. We napped for about an hour. We have just done about an hour and a half of client work and a couple of client calls. And now it is time to make up our meal for. So let's get cracking on that. Alrighty, guys, apologies for the low lighting, but I hope you can see me. I have just finished up cooking meal number 4. It is currently chilling on the table while I get ready for one more client call before I eat. So I am just going to end the vlog here, and then that way I can have it uploading whilst I do a couple of errands this afternoon. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's push session, and I look forward to seeing all you guys tomorrow for the next vlog. So I'm going to jump on this call, then I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to veg out for the rest of the night. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next vlog.